So there's no better feeling knowing that when you wake up in the morning to go play golf, so that you're going to play well. There's no better feeling of hitting good golf shots down the fairway. Years ago, I was frustrated because I lost that. I was confused, I was frustrated, and then I met Mo Norman and learned the single plane swing. And so now I wake up every day and I know I'm going to hit it well, I know I'm going to play well, I know I'm going to have fun. So my mission today is to help as many people as possible wake up every day feeling good that they're going to go out there and play great because of the single plane swing. So sometimes I see at address the way a person places a driver on the ground, just at the setup position, they've got the driver placed so incorrectly you can say that the face is dead closed. I want to show you how you put the driver on the ground behind the golf ball. Let's take a look at this. So the way a driver is designed, right, is they build a cage, which doesn't include the top and doesn't include the bottom. They build a cage and they place a crown on top and a sole plate on the bottom. So the ideal way to place a driver is on its sole plate. So that driver right there is placed correctly on the ground where you can see that it's sitting on a sole plate. What I see so often is people place the driver, they lift it off its sole plate and they think that that's square. That you want some loft left onto the driver and you want it sitting on its sole plate. So watch when I place this driver on the ground here behind the golf ball, and you see what I'm going to do. How do I set up in a single plane and get the ideal position of the driver? I let the club sit the way it's designed. All right. So watch what I do. So I'm going to put the club. Look, I'm not even messing with the golf club. I'm just putting it on the ground, and I'm setting up, and I'm going to place that club I'm going to point the club to my lead side, grip it with my lead hand, and then my trail hand. So notice I did not change the orientation of the club on the ground, and it's pointing up to my lead shoulder. Look at the club on the ground, it's sitting flat, and now I have my single plane address. So I've tilted around the design of the driver. But here's what I see a lot of people do. I see a lot of people watch the club head on the ground, they roll the driver up like this, see they try to square the face like that, and then it creates a lean of the shaft. Think about it this way. This driver's got 10.5 degrees of loft. Basically, you're de-lofting the driver completely. And now, that's actually a very strong grip, because that's the same thing as taking a hand and rotating it this way. That's why people tend to hit their driver so poorly, is they're not creating the proper relationship of arm relationship, lead hand, and club face. So just keep in mind that you only have 9, 10, 11 degrees to work with a driver. We can't afford to de-loft it so much. So we've got to leave the driver, the sole plate and loft relationship. We have to leave that. Look how it's sitting on the ground. And now I'm going to go into my side bend, rotate my arm to its neutral position. See, now I'm holding the club, a neutral lead arm rotation with a club that's still lofted. That's what's important there. Then I bring my trail hand in, and now I have this ideal single plane address position. And look, I can take my hands off the club, and the driver's not changing the way it sits. See that? I'm not changing the way the driver is sitting. I'm gripping around the way the driver is designed, and now it's going to make it easier when I get to impact. That thing's going to still have loft on it. So keep in mind, you don't want to de-loft the driver. You don't want to de-loft any club, but you specifically don't want to be de-lofting the driver because there's not enough loft. We're trying to launch the ball in the air. So once again, keep in mind that we need to take a look at that driver, make sure it's sitting on its sole plate. Notice how I'm not messing with this design. Now I'm going to grip it in its position, and there's the ideal single plane address with the ideal loft and position of the driver right down behind the golf ball.